Welcome back everyone to another Minecraft farm tutorial. Today I'm going to be making an automatic high-yielding pumpkin farm. So this is just a brief overview of what it's going to look like when it's finished. I guess with that, let's get on to building it. Okay, so to get started here, we're going to need a few materials. Pretty much everything in here is in exact quantities. We need chests, some water, pistons, observers, hoppers, a minecart, some levers, some stairs, redstone, pumpkin seeds, jack-o'-lanterns, rails, powered rails, and then we're going to need dirt, and I would recommend glass and some form of solid block. And before I get started, I should probably mention that I have to massively thank Waddles for this design. This is a little bit condensed down from the one he made, but absolutely fantastic and beat what I was using for pumpkin farms out of the water, so wanted to share this with people as well and give credit where credit is due. Okay, so to start this off, what we are going to need, we are going to need some chests and some hoppers to start this off. So I'm going to put 2 chests down like that, and into the back of it I am going to place 2 hoppers. And that should give us a nice little line to work with. Okay, so after we have our hoppers in, we're going to grab our solid blocks, and off this side of the chest we are going to come 3 blocks, and off this side we are going to come 1. So we'll have a nice 5 like that. And then we're going to come out another 5, and just going to come out from the middle, so make that 5, and I'm going to dig down right here. Then we are going to need a lever down here, and I would just recommend putting this in early on, flip it on, and we can just fill that back up and pretend that never happened. Okay, then we are just going to finish filling this in and make it just a nice 5x5 cube on the ground. So it should look exactly like that and be fantastic. Okay, so now that we have our floor looking all happy, we're going to grab some rails. So starting over here, we're going to put 3 powered rails, and then we're going to switch to normal rails and come around for a loop. And then when we get to the middle, we're going to want 3 powered rails, and then continue on with normal rails. And the only thing is, the last 3 are also going to be powered. So in the end, our rail line is going to look exactly like this. Okay, so what we are going to need to do then is make sure we have a solid block at the end of that powered rail, and we are also going to want a solid block at the end of this powered rail. That way we'll have some nice things for our minecart to turn around. Okay, so that should be good. So next up, we're going to come 1 up, and this is going to be the height of our floor, but since I'm not quite building the floor yet, I'm actually going to come up 1 more spot. And on that, I am just going to make another 5x5 platform of temporary blocks. You do not have to use dirt, use whatever you want. This will just all be being removed. Okay, so now that we have that done, it is time to grab some observers and some pistons. So starting in one of your corners, put an observer facing down, and then we're just going to go around and make a checkered pattern out of observers. Be sure to do a checkered pattern, because it is needed. Okay, so now that we've got our observers in, it is time to go back to the bottom and remove this temporary floor we had put in. Okay, then grab some pistons, and we need to put pistons in between all of the observers facing down as well. Okay, so we've got our pistons in place. Absolutely fantastic, that is what it should look like. Then we are just gonna build up with something so that we can get on top of this again. And up here, we are again gonna need solid blocks. So on top of each observer, be sure to place some sort of solid block that can conduct the redstone signal. And then it's time for redstone. So on top of each piston, we are gonna want redstone, and make sure it's not a dot, make sure it's the cross pattern. And come in here and just plop those in. Okay, and that is what the top of our farm should look like, and we are done with that. So coming back down, it is time to build ourselves a floor. So now this is the point where you definitely want dirt, and we are going to make a 5x5 platform down here in the middle in this little area we had skipped over. Okay, so we have it all nice and looking like this. So what we need to do is grab some glass, and you can use solid blocks. I would just recommend glass because frankly I like how it looks. So come off of the solid block and fill that in with glass, and then do the same thing over here. So we have that looking all happy. It is time to grab some stairs. So getting up on top of the glass, we are going to want to take our stairs, and be sure to put one stair facing in like that and one in like that, and then the rest of them just get filled in like this, so we're kind of creating a little trough. And then again, we need to do that on the other side. Okay, so now that we have that done, it is time to grab some water. And if you don't know how to make an infinite water source, be sure to check out my video on it. So getting water, we are going to want to come in and we are going to want to fill each of these little cavities with water. This will give us the ability to make some nice farmland. And so we are good like that. That is our water in place. Then it is time to grab some more glass. And we are going to want to put glass along this side. And we are also going to want to put it along this side, but be sure to... Yeah, we kind of want to skip a couple spots there because we still need to be able to get in. Okay, so we are ready to start planting our pumpkins. And for this, you need a hoe of some sort and some pumpkin seeds. You can start this off with just a few and come back and add them in later as need be. But yeah, so underneath each observer, be sure to till a spot. So we're going to do the exact same little checker pattern here. And go around to the other side and finish this off. Okay, so now that we have that done, it is time to grab our pumpkin seeds. And be sure you are planting these under the observers. Just like that, and then back to the other side to finish off the planting. Okay, and there we go. So now if you have some bone meal, would be an ideal time to come in and, you know, grow your pumpkins up. If not, no worries, time will do the trick. But see, we're creating pumpkins already. A very high yielding farm. Love this design. I'm just going to grow all these up so that it is a good explanation of what should be happening. Okay, and there we go. Fantastic. That is how it should be looking. So now what we are going to do is we are going to grab some more glass, and we are going to come around and just... On this side, we are going to place glass. And on the back side, we are also going to place glass. So just nicely like that. That is what we are looking for. Okay, so just a quick demonstration of how to make a jack-o'-lantern if you don't know how. So take a pumpkin, put it on the ground, use a shears to carve it, and then pick back up your pumpkin, and in the crafting table, you can make one. It just takes a torch and a carved pumpkin, and you can create jack-o'-lanterns like that. Okay, so now that we know how to make jack-o'-lanterns, we're going to need to place a few. So on top of each of your stairs facing out, just for style reasons, I would put a couple jack-o'-lanterns. You can also use any other form of light block, you know, shroom light, glowstone, whatever you want. but light helps pumpkins grow, so this will just increase the yield. So now that we've got that done, we're going to need to grab a couple levers. And right underneath this block, we're going to place a lever and turn it on. And underneath this block, we are going to do the same thing. So now all of our power rails are activated. Then we just grab our minecart with a hopper and put it right in this corner, and it will start going, and we can just seal it in with glass. And there we go. We officially have our pumpkin farm active. So as you'll notice, the hopper is already picking up pumpkins, dropping them in. Yeah, pretty efficient and effective design. This is what it is going to look like when it is all done and complete. Well, hopefully you have found this video useful. This is probably the best pumpkin farm design I've ever seen. You can make them a bit smaller, and there is more compact ways to just make an individual pumpkin farm, but it is what it is, and this one is just, it's fantastic if you've got the materials to build it. So again, thank you Waddles for the fantastic design. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna wrap this up. So I hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and hopefully I will see you next time.